Hey guys, welcome to DevOps School. Today we are going to learn about Splunk. Splunk is a tool which is used for monitoring, searching, analyzing and visualizing the machine generated data in real time. It can monitor and read different type of log files and stores data as events in indexers. This tool allows you to visualize data in various forms of dashboards. In short, we can say Splunk makes machine data accessible, usable and valuable for everyone.
Okay, so let's begin the session. So today we'll be learning about Splunk. What is Splunk? How to install it, how to configure it, how to search things on Splunk. So before beginning, I want to give you a brief overview where Splunk resides, where it comes in the picture. So how we have a separate network security domain, separate endpoint domain. Similarly, we have a separate domain of SIEM. The full form of SIEM is Security Information and Event Management, and inside that we have multiple tools: Splunk, ArcSight, QRadar, Logarithm. Apart from this, there are a number of tools. So we'll be learning about this Splunk and what is SIEM, or what is Splunk in basically what it is doing in your environment. So suppose there is a company X. Okay, in that company X there are firewall, endpoints, VPN, routers, switches, and number of devices are there, and all of them are generating some kind of data. Okay, some kind of machine data they are generating. So we have to store them at a central location. This is our primary thing, that we need a central storage of them, and we want to do real-time monitoring. That's where my Splunk come into picture. I deploy Splunk in that company X. In simple terms, I just tell all these machines, firewall, router, switches, to just forward your logs towards the Splunk, and rest of the things will be done by handled by Splunk. That's what my Splunk is doing, or that's what SIEM is. We are flowing all the logs into the SIEM, and we are doing centralized log storage as well as real-time monitoring. Yep. So that's the overall basic in simple term, layman term. That is what SIEM is. So next question is why we need SIEM and what all are the advantages of SIEM. So see, all the machine data all the data that these devices are generating. Okay, it is in an unreadable format. Obviously, because see, the concept of generation of log is there is a router. It is writing it's whatever it is, whatever is happening on that is it is writing it in a log file. Okay, firewall, everything is getting written in a log file. Endpoint, everything is getting written in a log file. Every device is writing a log file, and we are flowing this log file into the Splunk. So what is happening, all these log file are in an unreadable format, not unreadable completely. So if you want to read the log file of a firewall, you should you should have expertise in firewall. If you want to read the log file of an endpoint, you need have an expertise in that file, in endpoint. Similarly, you need to have expertise in all of these domains, but you are not an expert because we don't have much time. We have SIM for this. What SIM is doing, all these data, all these unreadable format data is getting converted into a readable format through SIM. Okay, and the thing that is converting it into a readable format is called as a parser. Okay, at a global term, parser is a global term that will be converting all these logs that are in an unreadable format to a readable format. So here is an example. So how the data look like. So this is how a log file look like. Okay, KRIVR, this is some phone call records. So this is how the log file look like. This is Twitter logs. This is how a log file look like. If you read it, you'll not be able to understand it. Okay, what Splunk is doing, it is categorizing event. You will see in the at the end of the session when I'll show you searching. Uh, you will see that you can now analyze the data. That's what Splunk is doing. It is tagging the data. Okay, this is the customer ID, this is the order ID, this is the product ID. And one more example I took. So that's how a firewall log look like. So there will be some random IP address, there is some random port number, there is something written randomly like this. Okay, this will be a log file of firewall. You can see Cisco firewall. What Splunk is doing here, Splunk is converting it into a readable format. It is tagging the data that okay, this is the attacker address, this is the attacker port, this is the name what is happening, session allowed, this is the target port. That's how SIM is working at the backend. Okay. Okay, second requirement why SIM is required, we need a central storage and long-term storage as well as a retention policy. See, we need a centralized storage of log as well as we can set the retention policy. What I mean by retention policy, if I want the Twitter logs to be stored for 6 months and delete after 6 months, my Splunk can do it. I want this care IVR logs to be stored for 1 year, my Splunk can do it. That's what retention, setting retention policy is. Third pointer, and the most important pointer, we can do real-time monitoring of all the events and alerts at a single place in Splunk only. Yep. So that's the brief intro about SIM and Splunk. Any doubt here till now? Are we good?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. If anybody has any doubt, just ask me. Okay. Okay. Components of Splunk. What all components are there? See, guys, mainly there are three components: indexer, searcher, and forwarder. Okay, we'll see one by one. Forwarder. See, Splunk enterprise instance that consume and send data to the index require minimal resource and have little impact on performance. Typically resides on machine where the data originates. Primary way data is supplied for indexing. So suppose this is a web server. Okay, this is a web server instance. We want the logs from it to be forwarded to the indexer. Indexer is what? It is again a Splunk component. It is used for log storage. This is where the log storage happen. Before the log storage, what I want here right now, I want the logs to be forwarded from this machine, from the web server. How do I forward it? I forward it with a forwarder. I install a forwarder here. Splunk forwarder is again a Splunk component. I'll install a forwarder here. What forwarder will do? Forwarder will just pick up the log file and will send data towards the indexer. Okay. Indexer is the main component where all your data resides, where these conversion. So I explain you this thing. Um, explain you this thing, this parser, the data conversion. This is happening at the indexer level. When data comes at the indexer parses the data, converts into a readable format and store it. Okay, that's what this indexer is doing. Searched, see, searched is a separate component. If you want to search for any log, for example, he typed for some source type access combined action is equal to purchase status to it. I have the log stored at the indexer. I want the logs to be to search. I want, so similarly how you search a database. Okay, I have a separate component searched installed, and I'll be searching the data from this searched. So if I want you to visualize thing, just 1 second. Let me open a notepad, and you will have a better understanding. So suppose this is a Linux machine on top of which a web server is running. Okay, and I want its log. I want its log to be forwarded to an indexer. So what I'll do, I'll install a forwarder here. Splunk component, it is a forwarder. What it will do, it will forward the logs towards the, again, there is one more Linux machine, and on top of which I'll install a indexer. And to search the logs, whatever logs are getting stored here, to search the logs, I'll again have one more machine, and on top of which I'll install a search head. Sorry. So that's how the basic production architecture is of a Splunk. Okay, there can be n number of machine. For example, if there is a firewall, again I'll install a forwarder here. That forwarder will again be forwarding logs towards our indexer. And yeah, so for any kind of searching activity, for writing any query to search the data, whatever we have a separate instance called search head, and search head will connect to this indexer. So whatever query I write here at the search head, it will get executed. It will send to the indexer, get executed. It fetches the data and show me here at the search head. Okay, are we good till now?
Yep.
Okay. Splunk deployment scenario. See guys, so this is multi-instance, so this is very deep. So when you are doing clustering, when you have a very big architecture, this is utilized. The indexers can be clustered, there can be multiple forwarders. This is the full deployment of, sorry, full production environment, very big production environment architecture. So there can be multiple searchers as well, there can be multiple indexer as well, and there can be a number of forwarders. Okay, and one more thing, so this is multi-instance deployment. Apart from this, there is one more deployment that is called as standalone. Okay, what I mean by standalone is this is multi-instance. This the right now that I just explained you this one. Every instance, everything is on separate component. This is called as multi-instance architecture. Okay. There is one more deployment scenario that is called as standalone. In standalone, what will happen? Um, for example, suppose you install Splunk on your laptop. In that case, it can forward the data. Okay, for what I mean by forward is sorry, it can read the data on itself. Read data on itself. So it's a very small test environment, or very, if you want to do testing and all, it will be utilized. So let me mention it here. Testing purpose. It can read data on itself. It can store data or index data. So this indexer means storing. You can imagine store data or index data. Let me write in bracket. And it can search the data as well. So I'll show you the installation. So meanwhile, if you want to have testing, if you want to learn more about Splunk, you can install Splunk on your laptop. Okay, I've also installed Splunk on my laptop. So if I want to access it, you just have to type localhost 8000 and hit enter. So, and you will be asked for username and password. And right now this Splunk is running on my laptop. Okay, you can do it as well. I'll explain you. Just give it a second. So in production environment, this one is utilized. This is recommended. Every instance on separate component. This is multi-instance architecture. This is recommended for production. This you can do it for testing or your own learning. Okay, what software I want? So guys, see, people remain confused here most of the time, that what software I have to install. Okay, see, if you want an indexer, if you want a search head, you need to install this Splunk Enterprise only, and just ignore this deployment client. If you want a universal forwarder, you need this universal forwarder package. What I mean by package, if you see, this is installation file simply. There are only two installation file available on the Splunk website. If I want an indexer, if I want a search head, what I'll download this Splunk Enterprise. How to get it? First of all, let me close it. You first of all, you have to create your account on the Splunk website. Okay, so this is the www.splunk.com. So I'm pasting it in the chat window. So if you want to download and install Splunk, you need to have an account created here. So this is Splunk website. Here you can register yourself and create your own username and password. Okay, so I have my own. So let me first of all log in. So I'm now logged in. Okay, let me show you now. Let me open a new page. See, I explained you there are only two types of package: Splunk Enterprise and a universal forwarder. Let me show you how do you get the Splunk download. Just type download Splunk Enterprise. Download Splunk Enterprise for free. So this is the Splunk Enterprise. This is the latest version that is running right now, 8.0.0. Okay, this is the latest version of Splunk 8.0.0. Based on your operating system, if you have a Linux operating system, you can download this package. If you have Mac OS, you can download from here. If you have Windows, so I have Windows, I have downloaded this one. Okay, you just download it and install it. You just have to click next, nothing. So there is Splunk is very easy, guys. You don't have, it is very not complex, nothing like that. It's very easy. Just hit three time next, it will be installed. It will ask for a username and password. Set a username and password and just hit next. It will be installed on your laptop. How to access it? Just type localhost. Once it's installed, you can access it through the GUI, localhost port 8000, and it will be accessed. Okay, this is right now my Splunk running in. I'll show you the installation as well. So for that, let me uninstall Splunk. I can show you on my laptop, and then I'll show you the production one. Just one second. Splunk. Okay, meanwhile it is uninstalling. Yep, so this is the Splunk Enterprise. If you want an indexer, if you want a search head, you will download and install this package, Splunk Enterprise 8.0.0. Now, I explained you there is one more package, that is Splunk Forwarder. Okay, if you want a forwarder, see, if you this is your architecture, you want logs from one of the Linux machine or web server or any kind of server, you need a forwarder. How to get this forwarder? You need to click on this. This is the Splunk Universal Forwarder package. Based on the operating system, if it is a Windows 10, you need to download this package. If it's a Linux machine, you need to download this package. So a number of options you have. This is the basic thing. If you want a forwarder, you will download and install this Splunk Universal Forwarder. If you need a Splunk Enterprise, you need an indexer and search it, you will download and install this Splunk Enterprise. Okay, are we good till now, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, moving ahead. Now right now we know about that. Okay, there is some package. Is it now? Let me tell you, is it free or not, and what all things are there? Just 1 second. Okay, Splunk license types. Okay, see, when you are downloading Splunk from the website, this indexer and search head, okay, this Splunk Enterprise, it has a limit of 500 MB per day. What I'm referring here is how Splunk licensing works, guys. Splunk licensing works. So if you it's like how much amount of data is getting inside Splunk. 500 MB per day, 1 GB per day, 2 GB per day. That's how the Splunk license is calculated. Okay, how much data is coming in towards the Splunk? 2 GB per day, 3 GB per day. That's how the license is calculated. So if you have downloaded the Splunk Enterprise directly, um, you get a limit of 500 MB per day, and it is limited to 60 days. Okay, after that you have to purchase the main Splunk Enterprise license. Okay, it's written here, Splunk Enterprise license. See, this, the thing that that you will just download and install on your laptop. um it will have a limit of 500 MB per day. It can index data up to 500 MB per day, and it has a limit of 60 days. After that you have to purchase the enterprise license. This is the one important here. Okay, as soon as you download and install Splunk, it will come with the enterprise trial license. Download with product, feature same as enterprise except for 500 MB per day limit, only valid for 60 days, after which one of the other three license types you have to purchase. Okay, this is enterprise trial license that you get directly with the product when you install Splunk. The second is sales trial license. For example, if you are a very big organization, sorry, if you are a very big organization, you want to try Splunk on your environment, so you can reach out to the Splunk team and ask them for a trial license. So it will be similarly like the enterprise trial license, but its limit will be bigger. So suppose they can give you 20 GB per day of license for the next 10 days or 20 days to test the Splunk. Okay, then the main important license is the enterprise license. You have to purchase it from the Splunk. It has full functionality and it will come in GBs. For example, your company requirement is 10 GB of license, so you will purchase it from the Splunk. It will have a limit of 10 GB per day. Yep, so that's how it works. More on licensing, if you want more on licensing, let me open that slide as well. So there is a very good website. um yeah, here it is, launch Splunk license. See how license look like. So this is what the um, uh, documented knowledge is, theoretical. So if you buy and purchase Splunk, please refer this document. So let me paste it in the chat window as well. What this thing is explaining, what this website is explaining is, it is giving you the costing as well, how much approximate cost it is. So basically this enterprise trial license, sorry, this enterprise license that I'm showing you, it is of two type. All these SIEM license, ArcSight, Logarithm, all these SIEM tools, they have two types of license. The first one is the perpetual license, and the other one is the term license. What I mean by perpetual license, so perpetual license is for the lifetime. Okay, you purchase this from Splunk, and your Splunk will be yours for the lifetime. So it will come with a limit of 1 GB per day. For example, I purchased a perpetual license for 1 GB per day, so Splunk will be mine for the rest of the lifetime. But right now, so I think 1 month back we purchased a fresh license. We tried to purchase perpetual license, but Splunk has discontinued this one. So right now Splunk is not selling perpetual license. So what Splunk is selling right now, Splunk is selling Splunk Enterprise term license. What I mean by term license is it is a yearly license. For example, I purchased from Splunk 10 GB of license for a year. Okay, I have to pay some amount, and Splunk will be mine for 1 year. After that, I have to renew the term license. So most of the companies prefer this only term license, because see, the SIEM market, so every market is changing rapidly. Right now it is Splunk, tomorrow it will be ArcSight, the day after tomorrow it will be Login. So it's better for organization to purchase the term license, because it will be of shorter duration, and if they want to change or do anything, they can do it. Here he has given a dollar value as well. So if I want to purchase a perpetual license of 1 GB per day, here is the value, $4,500 per GB, and annual term license will be less because it's annually I have to renew it. And one more thing about licensing, the more data you ingest, the less will be the costing. So if you are ingesting 1 GB, the costing will be $1,800. But if you are if you are ingesting 100 GB of data, the costing will be $600 per GB. It is per GB, okay, not for 100 GB. It is per GB. So see, it is costing is very less. For 1 GB, it is $600, and if you are ingesting less, if you are ingesting only 1 GB, it is $1,800. Yep. So I hope I'm clear here. Are we good, guys?
Yep, I'm good.
Okay. Guys, any doubt apart from this anywhere till now? Everybody is good? Any doubt, let me know. Shall I move ahead? Guys, hello.
Yes, you can move ahead.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so the next thing is, let's install Splunk. First, I'll show you the this one. First, I'll show you the standalone deployment. Then I'll show you the multi-instance architecture. Okay, so let me show you the standalone deployment. So you are on Splunk website, Splunk Enterprise. So what you require, you need to install Splunk on your laptop. How you will do it? You will download and install Splunk Enterprise 8.0.0 according to your operating system. You click on this, it will be downloaded. Just click on this. Let it download. So it will ask for the where to install or where to download the package. So I have already downloaded it, so I'm not downloading it again. Um, yep. So where is the package? So I have already this package available. So minus 7.2.3. What happened? I think it didn't get uninstalled. Yeah, just give me 2-3 minutes. Let me uninstall this. Splunk bot 2.0. Okay, meanwhile, in installing, let me show you the multi-instance architecture directly. So it will take time. So see, um, what I'm showing you right now, I'm showing you this kind of architecture. Okay, I have two machines only. I'm not configuring search yet. I have two machines only. I want the logs from Linux machine 1 be forwarded to the Linux machine 2 where I'll install the indexer. Okay, see, this is the Linux machine 1 that is somewhere in the AWS. I want its log into the indexer. Okay, again, indexer will be installed on the separate machine. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. And before moving ahead, um, there are two important configuration file. Okay, so the first one is the input.conf. Sorry, one second. It's uninstalled. Okay, the first one is the input.conf and the other one is the output.conf. What this configuration file are, these configuration files are present on the forwarder. Okay, input.conf tell what file to read. There are multiple files on the web server. For example, this Linux machine, suppose it's a production web server, there are multiple files present on the web server. I install the forwarder. Now I need to tell the forwarder which file to read and send towards the indexer. So I'll mention this thing in the input.conf file. For example, if I want to monitor the war log directory, I'll mention this in the input.conf file. Similarly, I have one more conf file, output.conf file. What it will do, it will tell forwarder where to send the data. In our case, it will be the indexer, the IP address of the indexer. So it will be the, for example, if it can be 10.1.1. Okay, that's what the input.conf and output.conf is doing here. And one more thing, there is similarly, there is at the indexer end, sorry, similarly at the indexer end, there is one more important configuration file, that is input.conf. And what input.conf is doing at the indexer level, it is telling Splunk to listen for the data, opening ports here. Okay, and it will contain the port number, open port number on which data will be forwarded. So by default it is 9997. Okay, that's the basic thing here, main important thing here to consider when you are configuring a forwarder and an indexer. Just read this again. Meanwhile, let me check my Splunk is uninstalled. 43 seconds. Are we good, guys, here? At the forwarder, I'm repeating again, at the forwarder there are two important configuration file. The first one is the input.conf and the other one is the output.conf. What input.conf is will be doing at the forwarder level, so there are multiple configuration files, multiple log files on the Linux machine. Which specific log file I want to read and forward to the indexer, that will be mentioned in the input.conf. Similarly, we have one more configuration file that is called as output.conf file. And what it explains where to send the data. So in our case, it will be the indexer's IP address. So this machine's IP address, you can put it here. Now coming at the indexer end, when we configure and install indexer, um, what is the main important configuration file here? The main important configuration file here is the input.conf, that just simply tell indexer to listen on a port 9997. Okay, that's the basic architecture of a that is the basic environment of a multi-instance architecture, how the production environment look like. Okay, so I think my Splunk is uninstalled on my laptop. Okay, so I can proceed now. See, guys, right now what I'm explaining, I'll explain this later. Right now I'm explaining you the standalone deployment, how the standalone deployment look like in everything. What I'm doing right now, this is standalone deployment is for testing purpose. It is not utilized in the production environment. So what it is for, it is for just your testing purpose. You want to learn Splunk, you can download and install Splunk on your laptop. So I explain you, if you want this Splunk Enterprise, you need to download this package, Splunk Enterprise 8.0.0 for Windows. Mine is Windows. I have already downloaded this package, so I'll just install it. So it is preparing to install. Just click on the installation file that you get. Accept the license, hit next. You have to give a username and password. Set a username and password for yourself that will be utilized during the login on the Splunk. I set the username and password, hit next, install it. Just this, only 3 clicks, Splunk will be installed in just few seconds. on Splunk. So meanwhile it is installing, let me set up my architecture for the this multi-instance. Okay, it is installing in the backend. So just give me a second. Close this file, close this file, close this. Okay, it is installing meanwhile. Let me open the EC2 instance. So what I did, so guys, what I'm showing you right now, so it is installing. This standalone deployment is getting installed. Meanwhile, I'm showing you this multi-instance architecture. For this, I'll be creating this index run forward architecture. I think it is installed here. Okay, it is installed now. See, standalone is deployed. How to access the standalone for your testing purpose? If you want to test Splunk on your own, if you want to learn more, I just have installed Splunk on my Windows. Just type localhost 8000. Okay, just type this. It will ask for the username and password. Mine is already saved. I have during the installation I gave the same password, so I'll sign in. This is my Splunk standalone deployment. Okay, I can search the data here from this app. I want to search any specific data. You can search it, okay, by writing the query. This is a complete standalone deployment. If you want to ingest the data on the standalone deployment, you will click here in the settings tab, add data. So you can upload any static file as well present on that laptop for your testing. If I want to show you here, you can upload the file from here as well. So it will ask me for select file. There are multiple files present on my desktop. I can select any one of them and can upload them into the standalone deployment. That's a standalone deployment. Okay, it can ingest the data, it can store the data, it can search the data as well. Okay, so if I want to give you a sample, just 1 second. So right now, what I'm doing right now, I am explaining you this standalone deployment that is for testing purpose. It can read data on itself, it can store data, it can search data. Okay, it can do all these things. So if I want to show you again, this is how I access a standalone deployment, localhost and the port number 8000. I want to ingest data into it. How I'll do it, I'll click on the settings tab, add data, and um, there's an option of upload files from my computer. I'll click on this. There are n number of files, so any file I can upload it. So let me upload any specific file. Desktop. Uh, so there is a product file, so it's an Excel file. I'm uploading into Splunk. Hit next. Oh, what happened? Job terminated. Oh, sorry, actually my license is expired. So my 60 days license has been expired. So that's why I'm not able to upload the license. See, guys, your license is expired on May 2, 2019. I installed Splunk, I think, on Feb. Okay, after 60 days, my Splunk license has been expired. But no issues. I have a trial license available with me, the sales trial license, and I'm uploading it right now, and then I'll show you. Just give me a second. So how to upload a license? If you guys have a license, so you will see this as well. I have a license with me. So just suppose it's an enterprise Splunk enterprise license. How to upload that license into Splunk? Just click on this licensing part here. I'm showing you how to upload a license on Splunk. It is not part of the syllabus, but yeah, my Splunk is expired. That's why I'm uploading it here. Add license. See the trial license group right now. My Splunk license in the trial license. Okay, I'll click on this add license. Choose the license file. I think I downloaded it in the downloads folder. Splunk 3. This is the license file. Okay, the license file. See, it's written. I'll just open it. I'll just install it, and yeah, restart now. Okay, it is restarted now. Sign in. So my license group has been changed. If you want to see the licensing part again here, click on this licensing. It will show enterprise license group now. Okay, if you want to see the limits as well, it is a 10 GB of volume, and you can see the volume used today as well. It will give you a near real-time value. What is the volume used today? Okay. Not part of syllabus. Just I'm explaining you. Okay, so what we are doing right now, this is a standalone deployment. I deployed this Splunk on my laptop. What I want right now here, I want to upload some data. Okay, let me upload the data. Select file, and what is the file name? I think on desktop. So you can upload any file. So I'm uploading this file here. Click on next. Now it will be uploading the data. It is not asking me anything. Just click, hit on next, 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 submit, and you can see the data uploaded into Splunk. This is search query. I'll show you that as well. Before that, I have to show you the multi-instance deployment. This is right now data is present in my standalone Splunk deployment. Okay, it is present inside the Splunk database, and I'm searching it from here. Okay, I'll show you this later. So this is a basic architecture, how the standalone deployment looks and works. Okay, this standalone is clear. Can you move ahead to the other, this multi-instance architecture, guys? Are we good till now?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So right
So,
now I have,
Shahrukh,
yeah,
it
please.
can take any kind of ETL query, right? SQL, no SQL.
No. It is not like this. So Splunk has a separate query. Okay, not SQL and all. Just simple terms. I'll explain you later. Okay.
All right.
So be there. So right now what I have two machine. Okay, Linux machine 1 and Linux machine 2. What I'll be doing, I'll be installing the universal forwarder on this machine. I'll be installing the indexer on this machine. I'll configure this forwarder to send data to the indexer. Okay, and how we gonna do? Let me guide you through the document as well. Where is the file for you guys? DevOps. See, it's explained here. Forwarder configuration, forwarder require output.conf. Output.conf points the forwarder to the receiver. Okay, can specify additional option for load balancing. So there are a number of options here. What we are doing at the main thing, at the forwarder end, production server with forwarder, at the output.conf, I need to put the IP address of the indexer here, and at the receiver, at the indexer, and I explain you that there is an input.conf file. In the input.conf file, I'll just tell Splunk to receive data on this port. That's the main important concept here. Same thing I explained you guys here. uh, the output.conf mentioned at the forwarder will point the forwarder towards the indexer, and the at the indexer end there is an input.conf that is listening for this data. And one more thing, on the forwarder there is similarly one more file, input.conf, and it will contain what file to read. Before going forward, let me guide you through the installation, how we gonna do it. Okay, configure indexer. First of all, what we are doing, we are configuring the indexer. Go to the Linux machine on which you want to configure the indexer and follow these steps. Directly download the file from splunk.com or install it through the wget command. So see, either you can go directly from the splunk.com here. Similarly how I did splunk.com, Splunk enterprise. Either you can download directly from here, okay, or you can utilize the wget command. I'll show you the wget command later. uh, Once you are on the Linux machine, see, on Windows I explain you it's very easy. Okay, we did the installation on Windows just now. It is very easy, but if you are configuring on Linux, I'm explaining you that concept. So you have to untar the file. It is tarred and zipped. We are untarring it and unzipping it and copying it to the opd directory here with this command. Then for running the all the commands, you need to go into the Splunk bin directory. Splunk will be installed here, in the opd directory will get like this. It will be like this, Splunk bin. Guys, 1 second, give me 1 minute. Someone is there on the door. Okay, so once you install this at an OPD directory, you will see directory like this. So you have to always go in this directory, Splunk bin, to run the commands. Okay, um, go to Splunk bin and run the following command: Splunk start and accept license. Similarly, how we accepted the license during the Windows installation, we have to do this, and then we have to run more commands: Splunk enable boot start. So what happened in a Linux machine? So whenever you install any kind of service, see, when we are installing Splunk on the Windows machine, so it will look like this. In the task manager, you can see the service of Splunk D. Where it is? Here it is. Splunk D. This is the main service that is running. So whenever you restart any service on the Windows, it will always become in a running state. It will stop, and after the restart, it will be in a running state. But this will not happen in the Linux machine. So you have to tell Linux machine that you need to make this service boot start. So whenever you restart, or whenever whatever things happen, whenever the machine Linux machine got restart, we want this Splunk to be running. So that's this command. Uh, See, by following this command, Splunk indexer will be installed there. Okay, and then you can now use this instance as indexer connected with CLI. Now go to Splunk web. So you can go to the Splunk web and can enable receiving by going into the data forward and receiving. I'll show you that as well. Setting data forwarding and receiving and write port 9997. Either you can do it through the GUI. So what is happening at the backend? At the backend, if you enable this, it will write an entry inside the input.conf file. Okay, I think I didn't mention here, so let me mention it here. It will create an entry inside input.conf file. So this is happening at the indexer. I'm telling indexer to receive the data. Open your listening port. Either you can do through the GUI, or if you want to do it through the CLI, you can run this command. This part is happening at the indexer. We are now ready. My indexer is ready. This part will be configured and ready to use, and it is listening for logs on its port 9997. Now coming at the forwarder end, how to do it? Now go to another instance on which you will install the forwarder and run the following command. First of all, you will download and download the forwarder installation file. Okay. Once you download it, you will untar it, and same concept. Similarly, how we did this, we just untar it, unzip it, and copy it to the OPT directory. Same commands we are following for the forwarder as well. See guys, Splunk is really very easy. It's not complex. Just understand the concept. You will get Splunk easily. Okay, so we'll just untar it. Same commands will run for the forwarder installation as well. Now the main funda come here. To tell the forwarder to send data to the indexer, run the following command. What we are doing, to tell the forwarder to send data to the indexer, we are configuring the output.conf. You can run this command directly by going into the Splunk bin directory, Splunk add forward server IP and port. What it will do, this will create an entry of the same inside the Splunk etc system local output.conf. It is where the output.conf file is placed. It will create an entry inside this. Same concept that I explained you here. I have to give, I have to tell the forwarder where to send the data. So this is the IP and this is the IP address I have to mention. Port number as well. So it is 9997. Same port it is listening here. Now you need to tell. So see, you are done with telling the forwarder where to send the data. Now you need to tell what specific file you need to send. So now you need to tell the forwarder to send the specific file. So you have to write this command Splunk add monitor, and you need to tell what log file you want to send. You have to mention it here. He is mentioning here what log file to send. War log. What is happening at the backend? This will create an entry inside Splunk etc system local input.conf. The second important configuration file on the universal forwarder, that is input.conf. So in my case, the add monitor command didn't create an entry, so this didn't work in my case. So what I did again, so I manually put the following entry inside the input.conf. I opened it and I just placed this entry inside them, monitor warlog, and just you are done with forwarding the data. What is happening at the forwarder? The warlog directory that is present on the forwarder, the logs will get sent to the indexer continuously. Okay, and there is one more command on the forwarder to check if connection is established. So you can run this command to check whether the forwarder is connected to an indexer. Okay, are we good with the document? Are we clear, guys? So once we do it, you'll get better understanding. Are we good till now? Everything is clear? Okay, Darshan, thank you. Okay, so I have EC2 instances on the AWS set. Let me launch it. I think it is locked out. Okay, just give me 2 minutes. So, hey, what happened? Back. So these are AWS instances. 2 instances are there. What I'll do, I'll connect them through the putty. This one putty. Give me just 2 minutes so they will get an IP address. Okay, so this first one I'm making it as an indexer here. Okay, 15206. I copy it. 15206.170.34. I'm making it as an indexer. Okay, let me put it. So I put the IP address here. So let me log in. So I'm logged in to my first instance. So guys, one question. If we didn't have the GUI access, okay, if we didn't have a GUI access here, how to install Splunk here? Tell me this. I want this Splunk enterprise package to be available here, but I don't have any GUI access to this machine. I don't have any GUI access or RDB access there. How to install Splunk here in that case? Anybody can answer. Guys, quickly. Anybody? Guys, I'm audible to you. Oh, just let me know if I'm audible. Then I'll move it.
Yeah, you're audible.
Okay. So see, I don't have any GUI access here, but what I require, I want to download and install Splunk Enterprise here. So what I'll do, I'll come on this page, Splunk Enterprise. I'll select Linux. I'll select on this .tgz file and let it download. So it will download itself. So I'm canceling it because I don't want it on my laptop. I'll download it through the wget command. So here I'll get a wget command. So I'll just copy paste and install it from there. I just have to copy paste this command wget here, hit enter. So I don't have a wget command, so I have to first install this command. So yum install wget sorry, sudo su. So I'm not a root user. Now I'll install. First of all, I have to get the wget package. Install wget. This wget package is used to download anything directly without a GUI. So wget package is installed. Let me clear my screen again. So what I require right now, I need to download this Splunk Enterprise on my instance. So I'll copy this wget. Okay, I'll paste it here. Hit enter. Now it is connecting to the Splunk and downloading that package. Do ls. The package is now downloaded. What I need to do right now, I'm configuring an indexer. I downloaded and downloaded this through the wget command. Now I need to run this command tar-xvzf. So tar-xvzf, the package name is this -c/opd. Okay, see this command tar-xvzf, the package name that is present here, and copy it to the opd directory. Okay, I'm hitting enter now. So all the packages are untarred, unzipped, and they are getting pasted in the opd directory. Now once it is done, what you have to do next, go to Splunk bin and run the following command. So we have to run these two commands now by going into the Splunk bin directory. See, it is installed. Let me go to the opd directory, do ls. See, it is present. Splunk is now copied and installed on this on the Linux machine. So where I have to go, I have to go into the Splunk directory, bin directory. Now I need to run this. Let me clear the screen. Where I am right now, I am in the opd Splunk bin directory. The next command is Splunk start -- accept license. Splunk start -- accept license. Hit enter. Here in the previous example on the Windows machine, it asked me for the username and password. Same thing is happening here. Need to give him a username and password. It is now making the web port available. Splunk is access on port 8000. Huh? Okay. Last command, Splunk enable boot start. Enable boot -start. Hit enter. You are done. Your Splunk indexer is installed on this machine. How to access it? Guys, anybody can answer? How do I access this indexer? Splunk indexer is installed. How to access it? How to see it? See, this is installed on this instance. The instance IP address is, let me open the IP address, sorry. The instance IP address is this 15.206.170.34. Let me copy it right now. I have installed an indexer here. So you guys know how to access an indexer. Just put the IP address. Previously I was using localhost. Localhost was used to connect to this same instance where it is installed. Here it is installed on this IP address. Put the port number 8000, hit enter. It'll ask me for the username and password, so I gave it this one. The standalone Splunk that is deployed on that machine is installed here. I'm able to access it. 15.206.170.34. Okay, this is the same IP address. Indexer installation is done. Now there is one more step, last step. I need to make an entry inside the input.conf. I need to enable listening on port 997. How to do it? So click on the settings. Where it is? Data, setting, data forwarding and receiving. It's mentioned here. Next step is receiving. Configure receiving. Here you have to give a new receiving port. So just mention that. The port will be 997. You can mention any other port as well, but the recommended default port is 997. So what we are doing, forwarding and receiving data, add new. So we have now just now configured a new receiving port. So it had made an entry inside input.conf, and this indexer is now listening for data that is being forwarded, whatever data will be forwarded to this 997 port. Okay. Are we good till now, guys? Indexer part is cool. Everything great?
Can we use
Shall I move
any
ahead
other
with the?
port? Can we use any other port other than
Yeah, you can use
8000?
any other port. Yeah,
No, other than 8000 on the local host.
yeah, you can change it as well. So it needs to be opened first of all. So not localhost if it is on another machine as well. If you want to change this port, come in this server setting, general setting. Uh, Here is the web port. If you want to make it to 8001, 8002, just mention it here. Web port.
Okay.
Okay. Guys, any doubt here in the indexer part? Are we good till now? Everything cool?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, so I'm moving ahead with the forwarder part. Okay, let's see this thing. Yeah, one more thing, guys. I just want to mention a difference here. Here is my slide. This Splunk Enterprise, when you download and install this Splunk Enterprise, either index or search it, they will have a GUI. And when you install this universal forwarder, there is no GUI available. Okay, it will be complete CLI, or there is no GUI for this universal forwarder. This forwarder, when you deploy, when we are going to deploy it, there will be no GUI available to us. But for Splunk Enterprise, there is GUI. This is the first difference between them. Second difference is this Splunk Enterprise is a heavyweight application. Okay, this universal forwarder is very lightweight. Why it is lightweight? Because there are web server firewall, they are already consuming much CPU resource and memory. So to make things easy for that machine, for that so that our Splunk doesn't consume much memory and resource, this universal forwarder is created, and it is a very lightweight application. Okay, very lightweight application. So you can deploy it on any kind of server. It is not doing anything, it is just reading and sending the data to the Splunk Enterprise. So these are the main two differences between enterprise and universal forwarder. So just the most important difference is the Splunk Enterprise will have a GUI, the universal forwarder will not have a GUI. So I'll show you that as well. So we are done with the installation of the indexer. Now what I'm doing, I am uh, installing the universal forwarder on the second machine. So let me take a putty session of this. Okay, so right now I'm on the forwarder. Okay, let's see what I have to do in the document. Configure forwarder, same thing. Download and install the forwarder file. So where is the forwarder file? First of all, I need to get this wget command. So this is for Splunk Enterprise. I don't want this. I want the file for the Splunk forwarder. Download Splunk universal. Download Splunk forwarder. Here it is. Universal forwarder for remote data collection. Mine is Linux machine. See, Splunk universal forwarder. I'll download the .tgz package. I'll get the download via CLI. Sorry, download via command line. I'll copy this thing. I am now onto the forwarder again. So this is my forwarder. Let me clear the screen again. Paste this command, hit enter. Do ls to show you this is the Splunk forwarder now. So what I have to do, tar-xvzf, same command, Splunk forwarder, copy it to the opt directory. Same command I'm following, I'm doing anything, nothing new, same command. Hit enter. It is now installed in the opt directory. So if you want to see it, so here it is available. So next command, I have to run these two commands, cd Splunk forwarder bin. Always you have to go into the bin directory for running any kind of command. I'm into pwd. Let me do a pwd Splunk forwarder bin. Next command, Splunk start accept license. Same commands. Okay, nothing different. Splunk license. Username and password you have to set again. This is set. Forwarder is running. I have to run the last command, Splunk enable boot start. This is done. My forwarder is running now. So see, there is no GUI available. If I want to access it, you can see it will not be accessible. The IP address is this. Copy it. So see, forwarder doesn't have a GUI. So if I want to try to access it again, it will not be accessible. Nothing will come. Okay. Only indexer has or searcher has a GUI. Splunk Enterprise has a GUI. Splunk Universal Forwarder doesn't have a GUI. Okay, so what is the next step here? To tell the forwarder where to send the data, run the following command. So we are running this command right now. In the bin directory, Splunk add forward hyphen server. The IP address and port number of the indexer. What port I have opened on the indexer? 9997. The IP address. What is the IP address? Let me check out the IP address. This is the IP address of the indexer. Okay. So let me run this command. Copy it. Splunk add forward server. The IP address semicolon port is 9997. I opened it on the indexer. Okay. Hit enter. It is asking for the username and password that I set just now on the forwarder. So authentication purpose. Add it forward. See, this is now added. Guys, just give me 1 minute now. Just 1 second. Okay, guys. So this first configuration is done for me. Splunk add forward server. Okay, this is done. What I did just now, I made an entry inside output.conf. I told the forwarder to send data towards this indexer. So right now, let me again show you the indexer. There is no data, so that you guys can correlate. Right now, I'm opening the indexer to show you that right now there is no data coming into the indexer. It is the indexer. What is the indexer IP address? This is the 8000. Give me a second, please. Type it on the. So this is the main index where all the data goes. So if I check the data for last 15 minutes, hit enter. Right now, there is no data inside the indexer. Why? Because I have not configured yet the input.conf, what file to read. It is connected to the indexer, but it is not sending anything. Why? Because I didn't tell any log file right now. So let me add this entry. Let me tell the indexer what data to forward. So this is where I'll be making the configuration right now at the forwarder. Okay, I'm telling the forwarder what log file to read and send. So right now again I'm going to the forwarder. Which one is my forwarder? This is my forwarder. So in my case this command didn't work, so I am going into the Splunk etc system local input.conf and I'll add this entry monitor war log. What is monitor war log? So there is a directory called war, and inside it we have a log directory. So I'm forwarding the data inside it. This is a directory on the Linux machine. Whatever logs are coming in here, I'll be forwarding it to the indexer. Okay, so let me move to the Splunk opt Splunk forwarder. Sorry, yeah, opt Splunk forwarder etc system local. This is the input.conf file, main input.conf file that I have to make changes in. Vim input.conf file. Hit enter. Vim package is not the vi package. Hit enter. So this is the input.conf right, inputs.conf, yeah, input.conf file right now. So let me delete the entry inside, delete everything, and I am adding this entry monitor war log. So add it like it's mentioned here. Second, let me copy it exactly. Yeah, here it is. Copying it, pasting it into this directory input.conf file, saving the log file here. See, I just now, if I want to show you cat input.conf, I made the entry inside here. monitor war log. It is present inside the input.conf. Now the last step is to restart this Splunk. Restart the Splunk forwarder. How to restart the Splunk forwarder? See, I don't have a GUI available with me. How to restart it? You need to go to the opt again Splunk forwarder, bin directory, and just a simple command Splunk restart. Hit enter. It is shutting down, and let me, after the restart, it will start forwarding the data towards the indexer. Search. So it will take 2-3 minutes. So let's wait for 2-3 minutes and I'll show you. Okay, let's see if data is coming in or not. Index is equal to main. Last 24 hour, last 15 minutes. See, data is flowing in from the warlog directory here. Warlog messages, warlog audit.log. So it is connected and it is now sending data towards my indexer. Okay. And yeah, are we good, guys?
Yes.
Okay, so that's how you set up a multi-instance architecture. Yep. Any doubt anywhere till now? Configure forwarder, configure indexer, we are done. There is more. I'll show you later. But right now, are we good, guys? I have shown you full-blown multi-instance architecture, how we configure a forwarder, what all files are important. So this documentation is, I'll be sharing all these documents with you as well. So I'll contact this DevOps team and will share you a link for accessing this document. Everything is written here. Just access it how it's mentioned, and you will be ready. And also one more thing. So these sessions, I think it is recorded as well. So I think you'll get the recording as well for these sessions. So you can easily configure indexer and forwarder as well. Are we guys good till now? Any doubt anywhere? Just ask me, guys. Don't say in the end that I didn't get this and that. If you have any doubt, just tell me right now. I'm ready to answer your questions.
Nah, no doubt as such. It's just we have to do it one time.
Okay. Okay then. Thank you. So guys, I'm taking a short break of 20 minutes. Okay, 15-20 minutes. Let me mention the timing when I'll come back. Uh, so you guys come back at right now it is 9:55. Come back at 10:15. Okay, session is till 11:30. So we have 1.5 hour more. So come back at 10:15. 20 minutes short break. Okay. Bye bye. Hi guys. I hope everybody's back now. So I'm going ahead. Creating a scheduled report. Before creating a scheduled report, I want to explain you guys. Everybody's back. Can you ping in the chat window? Hello. Okay, thank you, Gautam. Okay, so I'm proceeding. So guys, now we understand how to write searches, where the searches appear and all these things. So right now I'm on the indexer. So here is my search and reporting app. Okay, this is the search and reporting app. You come here, okay, and if you want to see the data, you type the searches here. So right now all my data is inside my main index. Okay, I'll click on this. I can see my data coming in. Here you can specify the time window. If you want to search for last 60-minute data, click on this. It will show you the last 60-minute data, whatever is coming in. If you want to search for a longer time, all time, whatever data is present on the Splunk, you select this all time. It will show you all the data that is present. See, 5732 and whatever data is there on your machine, it will show you all the data. Okay, if you want to give a specific time range, specific date range, click on this date range. If you want to see the data between a particular date, for example, here I want to see the data between 3rd of December to 4th of December. I can select that as well. Here mentioned time range is mentioned here. I can apply it. It will search for the data for that specific time window. Okay, here is the time range that I'm applying. Now, if I want to search for data, how to write searches, guys? So index is equal to main, or for example, let me type what is coming in. Anything important in the logs? So I think it is difficult here. Okay, see, source is coming as war log, audit.log or war log messages. If I want to search specifically the data that is has a source is equal to war log messages, so I can type like this: source is equal to war log. So it is trying to auto complete my query as well, whatever I'm writing. The Splunk try at the backend. Splunk is intelligent. At the backend, it will try to complete the query. Splunk warlog messages. Messages. Yeah, here it is. I want to search this thing. I'll hit enter. Now all the sources, it is highlighted and it is searching, or it is showing me all the results that has sources equal to warlog messages. Okay, that's how I write searches. Now specifically inside them, if see DCP4 change is coming, if I want to search that as well, just mention it here, DCP4 change. Okay, and one more thing, an AND gate is implied in between of them. An AND gate is already in between. I hope you guys are aware of AND or OR gate. Guys, are you good with AND or OR gates? Hello guys, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, if you guys are aware of AND or OR gate, then it's great. So whenever I'm writing anything without mentioning any gate, an AND gate is implied. See, for example, if I want to take one more example here, if I want to search for one more source type here, Anaconda, I think so. This is great. If I type hit enter, see, AND gate is implied. That's why it is not showing me a value. Why? Because inside source it is searching for two values, and inside a single source there is no possibility that both these values are present. Either it will contain this or this. So if I type an OR gate, it will start showing me the results here. See, so the main funda here is the AND gate is implied. already, and if you want to mention orget, you have to mention it separately. Okay, that's how you write searches. Are we good, guys, till now? Here's the time range mentioned. Are we good till now, guys? Do you want me to make more examples, or is it good till now? Guys, let me know.
It's okay.
Okay, then. Okay. So what's next? So let me upload some data here on this. Just see, data is coming in from a forwarder that I know. If I want to upload some static data, again I can click the same add data, upload a file. Right now I'm just giving you more example of searches, how to write more searches, how to write efficient searches. So I'm clicking on upload file. So let me upload one of the file, just stop a sample file for your understanding. I think, what is that file? Good log file will be work. So I have a sample log file. I'm uploading it here to show you an example of searches. Just take time here. See, it is on AWS. That's why it is taking time to upload. If you are uploading any file on your machine, it will upload in seconds. Okay, it is uploaded now. It's taking too much time. Meanwhile, let me see, one more thing for your better understanding. This access 30-day log I uploaded into Splunk. Okay, it is right now uploading. That's why not opening. Uh, So I uploaded a static file here as well. So what I want to show you here right now, so this is the log file that I uploaded into the Splunk. So raw log file, let me open and show it to you. It is not responding. What happened? Any other file? This one. Yeah, okay, so it is opening. The other one is not opening. That access command log is taking too much time. So this is a log file, how a raw log file look like. Okay, this is how a raw log file look like. What my Splunk is doing at the back end, it is converting that raw log file into an informational event. It is tagging the information. Action is equal to purchase, add to cart. These values are present inside the log, and the count is mentioned also. This is the number of time this appear here. Number of bytes as well that is present in the log. It is categorizing information here. Host, from which host it is coming. What is the source access 30-day log that I just mentioned? This is the log file. What is the source type? This is access combined W cookie. Client IP, what all client IPs are present in the logs? What all different type of files, product or screen? These all are things are present inside the log. So if I want specifically, if I want to search for example, I want to search source is equal to, what is source is access 30-day log. Source is equal to access 30-day log, and I want to specifically search for action is equal to purchase. So I mention action is equal to purchase. Hit enter. See, one more thing, whenever you are searching for a static file, when you uploaded a static file and you making searches, select all time always. Okay. Now you see all the results are only for purchase. 19,235 events are there. 19,235. All these are purchase events now. So if you want to highlight as well, so I think there is one more command, highlight purchase. So this will highlight this purchase in the logs. I think so. Yeah, here it is. It is present inside the logs. You can see it is highlighted now. Now if I want to search two things, action is equal to purchase, as well as you see action, there are multiple action. What all are the actions available to me? Hit enter. I want to search for purchase as well as view. I want to search these two things. See, it is present inside one field. Okay, these are field. Inside them we have values. So these are present inside the same field. So how do I write it? Action is equal to purchase, or action is equal to, sorry, or gate should be capital, or action is equal to view. Hit enter. Now you see both these values are available to me. So that's the basic funda of searches. Okay, and one more thing, there is a wildcard entry as well. How do I show you the wildcard? Hit enter. Just give me a second, I'll show you. File cd password, nothing important here. See, with starting with W, there are multiple product ID. WC this, WC this. How do I use a wildcard is, I'll type product ID equals to W. I know that the product ID is a long name. If I want to search all the product IDs that starts with W, I'll hit star at the end. So this is a wildcard, and it will show me all the product IDs that starts with W. Hello, hello. Guys, am I audible now? Hello. Still, I'm not audible. Hello, am I audible now? Oh, okay. Thank you, Pankaj. Thank you. Guys, any doubt in the searches? I hope we are good now. Okay. So now let's learn about these report and the alerts. Okay, there are two pending topics. So what do I mean by report? See, at the back end, if I want to schedule a report that run at a specific interval, for example, I want to see purchase action. Okay, let me put it here. Let me remove this. Sorry. So my query is this: action is equal to purchase, and any specific thing I want to mention here? Mm, 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 mm. Nothing. So I want this query to get executed at the backend at a certain interval of time and show me the report. Okay, right now it is 19,235 events. I want to save my this query, whatever query I have, as a report. I can click here and just save as. I can give it a name. Calculate purchase action. Time range picker. See, guys, at the back end, this time range, it is called as the time range picker. The time range I'm applying. I want it. Yes, I want it. I save it as. I'll save it as. Yeah, view. So I just right now saved a report. Okay, I just right now saved a report. Let it open. 1 second. Right now, my report has been saved. How to view it? You can see all your reports in again in search and reporting. It is open. Let me show you how to open it properly. Um, so here in search and reporting, here is the option of reports tab. Click on this. Here you will see all your saved reports. I have just created mine, so it is here. Calculate purchase action. I'll click on this. And the query that I wrote, it is saved. It is saved as a report, and I can see the results here. If I want to modify the time range, I want to see the data for last 15 minutes. I can see that as well. I don't have to write the query again. Okay, it is no data is there in the last 15 minutes. If you want to edit more, if you want to schedule it if you want to schedule this report to run at a certain interval, you can click on the schedule report. You want to run every week, or you want to run every hour, every day, you can mention the timing here. If you select run every week on Monday 6 p.m, it will be run. What is the time range that you want the report to run for last 15 minutes, last 60 minutes, you can mention the time range from here. So schedule priority and window, I'm not taking it right now. Trigger action. So this is the most important thing. If you want this report to run and get you delivered through an email, you can click on the send email. Splunk has the capability of sending emails to you as well. Save it. And so for this, you need to configure the email server settings. You need to have an email server with you to send the emails. Right now I don't have any, so I'm not I'm removing this action. I'm just saving this report. So now this report has been scheduled to run. Because the first scheduled run of report has not completed. This report has been scheduled to run every weekly Monday at 6 p.m. 6 a.m. Sorry, it's is a range of last 60 minutes. It will show it to me. That's how you schedule a report. Okay, and that's how you create a report. Any doubt here, guys? Guys, are we good? Guys, are we good here? Any doubt? Guys, can you ping in the chat window if you are good? Yes or no? So I'll proceed forward accordingly.
Okay.
Thank you, Margaret. So guys, a last topic for today is alerts. So how do we configure the real-time alerts and all these things? Okay, how the events are getting monitored. So if you want to see the alerts tab, it is available here. So all these alerts will be shown here. Okay. So what I want to do right now, I want to configure an alert in real time. So for configuring an alert in real time, what I have to do? Just guys, 1 second. There was a document I have. Guys, I'm just fetching a document. I'll share that document with you as well. Just give me 1 minute. Where is the document? Um, create an alert. Create an alert. Where it is? Report alert. Okay, I got it. So I'm moving in the documents. DevOps school. Guys, I'm sharing back my screen again. Okay, so this is the practical document of how to create an alert. Let me open it. Guys, read the scenario. So for security reasons, you need to monitor failed login attempts on your Splunk search. You are only interested in failed logins from the admin account. You want to be notified when there is more than one failed login attempt in 1 minute. So this is my requirement or scenario. My manager came in and he asked me this. How we are going to do it? Let's see this. So let me check out the document once again. Okay. So see guys. So this is my Splunk right now. What I want to know is whenever a failed login happen, where the failed login happen, whenever, so for example, I log out here, whenever some malicious activity happen, whenever someone else tries to log in here with a fake username or password, or whenever someone has compromised my username but he doesn't know the password, he's trying to do failed login, I want to get notified here. This is the requirement. Okay, this is the requirement right now for me. How to do it? So see, um whatever logs Splunk is generating about itself, the audit logs. So Splunk is generating audit logs for itself, whatever is happening on the Splunk, and all these logs are getting inside the index is equal to underscore audit. Hit enter. So these are the internal internal index, internal data is present inside it about itself. Internal index underscore audit. All these internal information is available. Right now, what I want to do is I have to write a query. First of all, to create an alert, before creating an alert, I need to write a query. What that query tells me about, the query will tell me about the failed login attempt. So here I have an action tab available. So in the actions tab, there will be a login attempt. So if I type here, first of all, I'm not able to see it login attempt because the value might be less. So if I type action is equal to, before writing an alert or before writing a report, you need to write a good query. Okay, login attempt. See, if you guys didn't put a double quotes, if I want to search a string here, so I need to put them in double quotes. If I didn't put a double quotes, it will put an and gate in between. So here is the action login attempt. 7 login attempts happen. User Shahrukh login attempt, info failed. See, failed login attempt is also happening. So I want to capture them and I want to raise an alarm. So attempt info failed. Next query is info is equal to failed. Either here info succeed is also available. So if you check it out here, succeed and fail. So I'm interested in the failed logins. Hit enter. 5 failed login attempts are there. Okay. So whenever this query run, it will show me the login attempts that are failed. I want to raise an alert, raise an alarm when this happen. How to do it? First of all, you need to save this query as an alert. Save as alert. Here is the option. Title of the alert will be failed login attempts on my Splunk. You can give any name. See, alert type scheduled or real time. If you want to get notified in real time, that Splunk will be continuously running in real time. If you want it to be scheduled, for example, I want to be scheduled every hour, every day, every week. You want to do the schedule alert, you can make the alert type as schedule. If you want it on real time, you can make it as a real time. Okay. Trigger condition. So here you are setting threshold. If you want an alert for each and every result, you can set it here. If you want an alert when the amount is greater than 1, when there are more than 3 failed login attempts within 1 minute, you can set the condition here. These are the trigger condition. If you want to set the trigger for once or for each result, you can set it here as well. Okay, these are the trigger condition. If you want to set action, what all actions it can do, it can add to the trigger alert. So I'm selecting this, it'll add this to a triggered alert. I'll show you where it appears. So I can increase the priority, I can set the priority of this alert as well as critical. Apart from this, if I want to send an email as well, I can send an email. So whenever this alert trigger, an email will be sent to the specific email ID address. So whatever you write here. Okay, but for configuring the email, you need to have an email server setup already. Right now I don't have an email server setup, so I'm not configuring it. Right now I'm just adding it to a trigger alert and I'm saving it. Failed login attempts on my Splunk, the query is at the backend, it's written. It is in a real-time alerts, and it will trigger when the number of results are greater than 3 in 1 minute. I'm saving it. My alert just got saved. Okay, so my alert got saved, and where this triggered alert will come, so it will come here when it gets triggered. Activated triggered alert. So if I want to see it, right now it is blank. So let me do a failed login attempts on my machine. This is my Splunk, I logged out. So I'm putting some failed login attempts. This I did the failed login attempts. Let's wait for 1 minute for the Splunk to calculate and show me the alert. Triggered alerts. Guys, are you able to see the alert now? It is triggered critical attempt, and if I want to have a detailed information, I can click on this view alerts. You can see the failed login attempts that are happening. Use this username. If I want to see it, it is available here for me. The alert setup. Guys, are we good till now?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is next? Splunk part 2. So I think I'm almost done with the syllabus. Anything important here? Guys, just let me check if I missed anything. I'll be providing you this document as well. What is left here? Reports, alerts. Okay, dashboard. Yeah, dashboard is left. It's not part of syllabus, but let me cover it quickly since we have time. Okay, so right now, let it load meanwhile. What has happened? Okay, search is what I want to do right now. I want to create a beautiful dashboard. Okay, where my management can see the results and all. So there are two options. So if I type index is equal to audit or whatever it is, what I'm doing right now, I'm creating a dashboard. Okay. Um, the first option is directly create a dashboard from here. Click save as, and you can save a dashboard directly from here. So right now, let me check out any dashboard is created or not. Right now, no dashboard is created. These are default dashboard. Either you can click here and create a new dashboard. So let me create a new dashboard. Failed login attempts. Create dashboard. Dashboard is created, but right now it is blank because here we need to add a panel. How to add a panel? So let's add a panel by writing a C. Whatever reports, whatever alerts, whatever dashboard you create, whatever you are creating, you will be creating it through with the help of the searches by writing a search. Okay, so I want to get this thing index underscore audit. I mentioned you that action is equal to login attempt. Login attempt. Hit enter. Action is equal to login attempt, and I'm looking for what was the last thing? Info failed. Okay, so this is the query I wrote. Now what I want to save it as a dashboard panel. Okay, or there is one more thing. So there are multiple. So these are advanced topic. But if you want to use, this is a stats command. So this is not part of Splunk Essential, but I'm just showing you how to create a dashboard. What I want right now, I want a count of failed login that is happening in my environment in past 24 hours. Okay, what is happening here? My manager came to me. He told me that you need to create a beautiful dashboard for our management where we can see how many failed login attempts are happening on this Splunk. So that's how I write a query for failed login. After that, I'm converting it to show a value. Okay, so what I'm doing right now, I'm saving it as a dashboard panel inside an exist. So here I can create a new dashboard, but no, I'm saving it inside an existing panel, that is failed login attempt. I'm selecting this panel title, failed login attempts happening in past 24 hours. Save it. View dashboard. Now I can see the count as well reflecting. And one more thing was there. Edit. What was it? If you want to change the visualization as well, for example, select visualization, there is a multiple option. If you want a bar graph, so right now it has single value, that's why bar graph is not reflecting. I think it will show in table also. There is one value, I think so. So there are multiple charts available to me. It is not showing because you can see the events as well that are there. Right now it is not showing because it needs two values, x and y axis. So yeah, see here, you can create this type of beautiful graphs available to you. You can save it as, and it will be saved. Failed login attempts happening in past 24 hours. So that's how you create dashboard. So either you can create it directly from the searches, or you can add it through the dashboard panels. Okay, and here whatever events are coming in, it is showing you a real-time value. If you click here in the data summary, so these all are the events that are coming in from the forwarder. So these type of different source type, anaconda, wcookie, condm, so these all are being sent by the forwarder. These all are the sources from the data where the data is originating. I hope I'm good here, guys. Are we good till now? Um, okay. Um, yep. Guys, I'm done with the syllabus. Any doubts? Let me know. Anywhere.
I think we're good.
Okay. Guys, anybody has any doubt? Anywhere? Or you can ask me if you have any doubt. And there is one more pointer. Sorry, I forgot. There is one more pointer. Last pointer, I think it is regarding. So Mantosh told me that career prospect. Okay. So career prospect in Splunk. So guys, right now Splunk is in the market. It is a top tool, top SIM tool. So if I wanted to show you the um, in numerical term, in real time values, the status of Splunk right now. So I think there is a website, Gartner quadrant for Splunk. No, Gartner quadrant for SIEM 1080. Here you can see the value. So this is the Gartner quadrant. So it is not showing here properly. Let me show an image. So this is the Gartner quadrant. Gartner releases the report of top trending tools in the market. So right now I'm showing you the Gartner quadrant for SIEM. I hope it is visible to you. So this is first quadrant is for leaders quadrant. It is 2018 Gartner quadrant. This is the leader quadrants. This is where all the top performers are. So here you can see this is Gartner quadrant for SIEM. Here you can see Splunk at the top, and below that we have IBM QRadar, and then we have Logarithm. These three tools are right now in the market. Splunk is in the demand. Splunk and QRadar are capturing the. They have almost captured more than 50% of the market. There we have Logarithm, Dell RSA, so RSSA, McAfee, Nitro, SecureNix. Here is the Micro Focus Oxide. I hope you have heard about it. So I worked on this as well. So in 2010 or 2011, this was at the top, and right now it is in the challenges quadrant, and Splunk is at the top. So if I want to show you the other quadrant, I think it is not available right now. In 2000, this one I think so. This is the quadrant for 2011. See, right now the market is very different. In 2011, HP Oxide is at the top, and Splunk is in the niche players, and we have IBM QRadar here as well. But right now the market has changed completely. Splunk has captured most of the market. Where is the And right now, sorry, this is for 2017. This is the Gartner quadrant right now. This is Micro Focus Oxide at the behind Splunk, IBM QRadar, and all these tools. So you can see Splunk has captured more than 50% of the market. Why Splunk is capturing this much market? See, why Splunk is very easy to use, easy to install, easy to configure. You have seen right now in few seconds I just configured forwarder and indexer, and forwarder is sending data towards the indexer. First thing is easy to install, easy to configure, easy to use. Second thing is all its training, all the documentation, all these things are available on the Splunk website very easily, and they are readable. You can understand it. So one more thing, if you want to dig deeper in the input.conf, output.conf file, you want to learn more about them, how to configure them, how there are a number of things. Whatever I told you about the output.conf, input.conf, this is not limited. There are a number of things. So if you want to dig deeper into the configuration file, you can click here, output.conf Splunk. Load. I'll paste show you. See, Splunk has created this beautiful documentation. All the configuration file and their detailed information is available on their website. This huge information is available. You can check each and every stanza here in the output.conf. If you want to see any other configuration file, for example, input.conf configuration file here, where it is, input abcdefghi input.conf file, you can learn more about it. There are an ample number of information, ample amount of information available here on the website. Okay, that's where Splunk is at the top. That's why, see, these guys are making this documentation very easy. They have made Splunk very flexible, very easy. That's why it is capturing the market. And yeah, so that's the main reason. So if I want to give you one more example of HP Oxide, if I compare it with HP Oxide, so in the last, I think 2-3 months back, we need to integrate Azure with Oxide. It took us more than 3 to 4 months to integrate it, and right now also it is not integrated fully. We are facing n number of information. The documents are not clear for Oxide. All n number of things are coming in. But if you talk about Splunk, we integrated it within 2 days. So that's where Splunk. That's why Splunk is at the top. The documentations are easily available. The Splunk support is very good. So yeah, these all things are these all are the pointers that why Splunk is at the top in the market right now. So there is a huge prospect of jobs in Splunk. Splunk is growing very rapidly in SIM, in SOC. I hope you have heard about the Security Operations Center. Every company is building its SOC. There is a requirement of building SIM because they want to do real-time monitoring and centralized storage of logs. Yep. So that's it from my side, guys. If you have any doubt, just let me know. If you don't have any doubt, you can leave the session. Shortly, I'll share the documents with you, with Mantosh.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Margaret. Pankaj, Kanchan, Gautam, any kind of doubt, let me know.
Thanks a lot, Shahrukh. Thanks.
Thank you. Gautam, I see you joined at the end. And Kanchan, what happened?
Hello.
You were late or what?
This is with respect to the installation of Splunk.
Gautam, your voice is not clear.
With respect to the three-tier am I audible? Hello.
Yeah, now it is audible.
Hello. Am I
Yeah,
audible?
it is audible now. Yes.
This is with respect to the installation. This is with respect to the installation of Splunk. In the three-tier architecture, you mean the Splunk, all the three different component has to be installed, the indexer, searcher.
Yes, in a
Everything.
production environment, all these three components needs to be installed.
So it is a separate installation available which needs to be installed on the all three, right?
So we have two installation package. The Splunk Enterprise. Am I audible to you, Gautam?
It is mandatory to have three different machine, or is it possible to have all three in one, or what is the recommendation?
Yeah, it is possible to have all three in one. So in the beginning of the session, I explained this thing, the standalone that it can be used for testing. You can have all these things in a single instance.
Okay.
Okay. What I did in the practical, since I didn't have three machines, what I did, I had the search head available here only in my practical that I just shown to you. This stage is not there.
Okay.
This two things are available here. So if you guys want to,
So
yeah. Go ahead, go ahead. Yes, Gautam, go ahead.
So you did the practicals. The two components are installed in the same machine. That's what you want to say, right?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
forwarder and the search.
No. The indexer and the search head. There is, see,
Oh,
if you download and install this Splunk Enterprise, let me show it to you 1 second. Here it is, I think so. This package can work as a search head. This package can work as an indexer. You just need to install it. It will work as indexer as well as search head, both. You don't have to mention anything separately.
oh, okay.
Okay. So we in our scenario, when I installed it on my laptop, this Splunk is running on my laptop as well. It is working as a search head as well as indexer.
Mohammed, is it possible for you in the document? Can you share the link? Because how to map the packages, I may not be aware. So when I try, that will be useful. Like which link to download
You
for
joined
the
late, na?
indexer? Yeah, sorry,
I'm
I
saying you
joined late.
joined late. Okay. Okay, I'll be sharing the documents with you shortly. I think in 1 or 2 hours. I'll contact
Okay.
Mantosh and he will be sharing these documents with you. So don't worry
Okay.
about it.
Okay. Thanks, Mohammed.
Thanks. Yeah, Kanchan. Hello, are you there? Kanchan? I think Kanchan is not audible. Uh, okay, Gautam, any doubt apart from this anywhere?
Nothing. You can send me the links. Let me go through. I think it should be okay.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Gautam.
Thanks.
Pankaj, are we good? Any doubt anywhere? Okay, so if everything is good, then you can leave the session. Thank you for your time. Bye bye.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed and learned from this video. Please be kind enough to like it and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Want to study further? Subscribe to our paid membership to get a deep dive into each and every topic. Do look out for more videos in our playlist and subscribe to our DevOps School channel and hit the bell icon to learn more. Keep learning.